Gonna finish installing the BullyDog tuner. This needs to go through from the engine bay, but before I put it back in, I'm gonna run the power wire for the tuner. This section with the plug has to go on the inside of the car. This fuse has to go on the outside. So this is going to go this way. So I have to get this through here somehow. There we are. Now we have that wire. To install this, all we really need is a power source that's only on when the ignition's on. I'm just gonna hook it up to the stereo, because as soon as the ignition turns on, the stereo turns on. So now all of this has to go from the engine bay through. Yeah. Now that hole is down in there. Where am I gonna run these wires? I guess I gotta run it with this loom down here, so that means it could go under all of this. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to get in there? Oh my god. Okay, let's just get in here. Run that wire in there somewhere. Yep. Okay, one wire's in. Second wire's in. All of this crap stays in the engine bay. So I'll just, yeah, like that. Ow. These can get pulled through until we get to the grommet, which is now stuck. God damn it. Get that grommet off of that there. Perfect. Okay, so we are at the grommet. So now I gotta get the whole thing through and then just press it back in so it seals up nicely. Come on, get in the hole. Oh, just like that. Now this power wire actually has to go under the carpet. So first, let's get this BullyDog thing figured out. That should be relatively easy. The part that I skipped so far is installing all of this stuff. So this right here is just a little HDMI cable. This goes on, attaches to this bracket by sliding over, and this just goes into like any generic pillar pod thing. This is the first party BullyDog one. They made a new one that's actually smaller now and it looks terrible. So if you can find the original one on eBay, I'd recommend that one, because the other one only goes up about halfway, then it holds on with double-sided tape. This one goes all the way up and then it screws on with the actual mounting point. So this thing is solid. The HDMI cable just runs down from there, which you can see right here, and then it comes out down here by the parking brake, and then this just plugs into the OBD2. This plugs in here, this plugs in here. So all we have to do is give this wire power, and like I mentioned, I just need a power source that's going to be on when the ignition turns on, and they give you a fuse tap, which basically is one of the sketchiest things I've ever seen, because all this does is the fuse prong goes through this little hole right here, and then the fuse goes down, which just leaves a live power lead sticking out from the top of the fuse. And then this just goes on, and then I crimp that end, well, to the end that's in engine bay. I'm literally going to have a live 12-volt lead sticking out the side of the fuse box. So that sounds perfect, because it's probably gonna light the truck on fire. So that's gonna be super cool, and I can't wait to use this. So I just gotta figure out which fuse is the power fuse for the stereo. So when I turn the ignition on, the stereo turns on, it'll provide power to the control module, which will then turn this on, and then everything will work when the stereo's on. That's my theory. Should be pretty simple. Which one is the stereo? Okay, so we have radio amplifier. That's number 21. So that's going to be 21, which is the 6th one over. So that one's going to be the 6th one over on this bank right here. So that's 21. So that's this fuse right here. I need to pull that. All right, keychain prevails. There we are. Never in a million years thought I'd actually use that. So now, all we have to do is take this super sketchy thing right here, and we put the fuse through it. Just like this. Oh my god. And we just plug this in. Awesome. Now we have power. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I'm gonna run these wires up, and this is going to come through the fuse panel from this side. Just gotta strip that out there, twist her up. Ah, damn it, I'm gonna need pliers anyway because I have to crimp this. But anyway, this goes in here and then you crimp it. Cutters will work. Crimp, crimp. There we go, super sketchy, perfect. Plug that in, run this wire down here. That already looks terrible. Let's go back over the top. So this isn't needed right now. Let's just tuck that in there. I turn the key on. Radio is power. Now I plug this in. Hey, it works. So I also have to try and update this because it might be out of date because I installed this before the truck broke. And then I fixed a bunch of stuff and I never actually finished the wiring. So it actually has a tune for 91 octane fuel on it. And the odometer is set to have 35-inch tires. And now I have 37 and I want to run it back on regular because I'm broke as hell. Okay. What is it doing? Just keeps restarting. Maybe we'll try a different fuse. Ignition. I'll try that one. 20. So we'll just move that one over. Take this sketchy thing off. Put that back in. Plug that back in. This on. Now let's see if that works. Actually, I guess in theory I could plug it in if it has power right now. Then. Oh yeah, it has power right now. Okay, so that's not working. What fuse would only get power when I put the key on? Nope, that didn't work. Okay. What the hell? Let's see. It's a cluster radio and underhood lamp. What the hell is an underhood lamp? I don't have one, whatever it is. Let's try fuel pump? 17 maybe? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, let's try that. Does it have power? Yes, it does. Okay, so this has power no matter what. That's weird. Wait, maybe it's a switch. Ow. Hey, it finally turned on. That only took like 20 minutes. Well, I mean, it works. What does the switch do? It's on key right now. Battery restarts it. Okay, good. What the hell am I gonna do with all this? There we go. It's gotta go under there somehow. Okay, so I've just installed the update agent. So now update agent is updating? Okay, it's already running. Okay, yes. What happened? Oh, there we are. Okay, awesome. Nothing is coming up. This is working really well. Press key 2 to abort USB mode. Well, no, I want to be on USB mode. Maybe? I don't know. USB mode is off. Change device. Nothing is coming up. Awesome. Okay, I have no idea what this is doing. So I'm going to try it with just the SD card instead. Okay, pop the SD card out. Put it in a reader. Plug the reader into the computer. Okay. Oh. Refreshing devices. Oh, okay. Well, it found the card. Okay. Update needed. All right. So we're on 2.1.6.1. So let's update this. Okay. Yeah. The agent has put the latest files on your GT Platinum. You can now install the SD card in your GT Platinum and complete the setup by selecting Update on the GT Platinum menu. Please close the update agent before continuing. If needed, refer to our quick install guide at step C4 for complete instruction. Alright, well, I guess we close this, pop this guy back out, take this, pop back in here, and I guess we have to do this in the truck. Let's go do that. Let's plug this back in. An update is available. Press update or skip to continue. Or update. Okay, so it's locked to vehicle. So this upgrade requires the previous download to be removed first. So it's safe to cycle the key, return your vehicle to stock programming, and try the update again. Okay. Well, this thing just takes a sweet ass time, doesn't it? Software 6.1.6.1. What the hell is this thing doing? What the hell is this thing doing? Is it gonna work now? Yeah? No? What's going on, little guy? No, it's not gonna work. What the hell? Let's try unplugging it. Plugging it back in. You gonna work now? Hey there, little guy. Let's take the power wire out of there. Now let's try one of these USB things here. Plug this in. Plug that in. See if that does anything. This thing takes its sweet ass time. What is this thing doing? I have no idea why, but it won't work when it's actually pushed all the way in. So it must be something with the HDMI cable that's going into the back of it. It's probably applying too much pressure or something. So I don't know. I guess that's finicky. I have to revert back to stock. Okay, agree. Yep, continue. It should be reverting the truck back to stock now. Turn the key to the run position. Oh, it already is. Okay. Turn the key to the off position. Turn the key to the run position. Turn the key to the off position. Turn the key to the run position. Returning tire size to stock. Turn the key to the off position. Oh my god. This takes so long, and it is so hot in this vehicle right now. I mean, I'm wearing a sweater, so like, my bad, but like, oh my god, I'm dying. Congratulations, the download is done. Turn the vehicle to the off position. Oh, it is, and click continue to finish. Okay, so now the stock map should be on this, and everything should be done. Now we should be able to update. Update. Do I want to load these files now? Yes. Screen will go dark, and the GT, okay, it's making some noise. I didn't get to finish reading that, but alright. Okay, we got beep. Oh, loading file from the SD card. Good. Oh, okay. Does the truck have to be on? Oh, it works. Menu. Okay, let's see. What do we at here? Show settings. Missing SD card. Insert SD card and try again. What? It is inserted. Okay. Software version 2.1.7. Okay, well, it worked. Cool. Economy, 25 miles per gallon. Well, that's not right. Oh, yeah, we get like 9. So let's install a download. Please verify the type of vehicle, which is a 2003-2005 Dodge Ram 5.7 liter Hemi. That is correct. Yes. Oh yeah, sure. Let's read all of that menu. Okay, agree. Perfect. Okay, yep. Brand new battery. We're good. Yep. Continue. Updating files in the run position. Preparing downloader. Please wait. Turn the key to the off position. Turn the key to the run position. Oh my god, this takes forever. I'm assuming what it's doing is it's downloading the stock map off of the ECU so that it can return to stock after, because we just uninstalled it, right? It said install. We're now pairing the tuner to the vehicle. That kind of makes sense. I'm assuming that's what it's doing. And then either during this step or after this step, we should be able to actually flash the tunes. This takes forever. At least these trucks are comfy. Oh, backing up stock file to SD. Okay, so it is doing what I thought it was doing. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, so now we can load a tune. So preload tune. Turn key to the off position. Continue. Ah, there we go. Yes, I want to adjust tire size. We got all the beeps now. 37s. Enter. Octane level, regular. Tire size, 37. Accept. Building the file. Tune, please wait. Turn the key to the run position. And now we wait. Turn the key to the off position. Turn the key to the run position. Writing custom tire size. Turn the key to the off position. Congratulations, the download is done. Please turn the key off and continue to finish. Well, it is off, so let's continue. Ooh, oh, whole new boot splash and everything. Wow, look at that. GT Platnium. Okay, so that's it. The truck is now tuned to run on 87 octane, and the speedometer is corrected for the 37-inch tires. So now the mileage should be correct. The fuel economy reading should be correct, because it says we're getting 9.4, but that was with the wrong tire size. So now it's actually going to be the correct rotational diameter, so it'll calculate it correctly. And running on 87 means that it's going to be running at the correct fuel type. Oh yeah, here comes the rain. Now there should be a feature in here to turn the daytime running lights off. So let's see, what do we got? Install download, performance testing, set user options, backlight. Okay, so short story long here, the camera died, and just for reference, the thing has like almost 3 hours battery life, so that's how long I was sitting in between those cuts to wait. Was like, to revert this thing back to stock took probably like 20 to 30 minutes, and then to flash the tune was easily 40 minutes. And then installing everything, and then the issues with the computer, and well, okay, so the whole reason that I bought this, so because I have the light bar hooked up to the high beam, in Canada, daytime running lights are mandatory. I'm just gonna start it quick here because it's late and this thing's stupid loud, but right now, the light that you can see, that's the light bar. The way the daytime running light in this truck works, the daytime running light is the high beam running at a lower wattage. So that lower wattage is enough to trigger the relay to turn the light bar on. So I have to disable the daytime running lights
Otherwise, I have to drive around all day with my lights on, like my low beams. I have to have them on all the time, otherwise I'm blinding everyone like a dickhead. And these don't have a fuse for the daytime running lights. You can't just pull a fuse and turn them off. The only way to do it is to have a dealer do it, because you need the dealer scan tool to actually deactivate it, because you have to change the ECU from Canada to US, where the daytime running lights weren't required. Our local Dodge dealer literally won't even sell you parts unless you give them the exact VIN and everything for it. They are so unbelievably anal that there is no possible way that they are doing this for me. The closest Dodge dealer to me is 714 kilometers away. Given that this thing right now is getting 9.4 miles per gallon, it's literally cheaper for me to just buy this tuner and deactivate the daytime running lights than it is for me to drive to a different Dodge dealer just to have the ECU set to US so my daytime running lights will be deactivated. Now, the fun part. On their website, it says that the 03 to 09 3rd gen Dodge Ram with the Hemi or the Cummins, doesn't matter, you can disable the daytime running lights. It has it right on their website and everything. Turns out, that's only an option for the facelift. You can't do it on the 03 to the 05, and they don't advertise that anywhere, but they are completely aware of it, because when I spoke to them asking where that option was, they said, oh, that's only an option for 06 to 09 with the newer front end style. So I literally bought this thing for absolutely nothing, and now that it's actually set up and I finally got the whole thing ready, I've had this thing for years, and I just found out about this now, that you can't disable the daytime running lights. So that's super awesome. On the brighter side of things, I was able to tune this to take 97 octane fuel, so now I can fill up with regular, so it won't cost as much at the pump. The speedometer is corrected for the 37, so now the mileage and the fuel economy readings will be more accurate. And then I also got some other things here. Fuel economy right here, air fuel ratio 1 and 2. I'm not sure which one is which or what they do, so I just put both of them on there so I can test it. And then I have the intake air temperature, so that way I can see whether or not the intake is making any difference at all to allowing more warm air in to increase fuel economy. Because that intake that I installed in the other video, it's literally right on top of the engine. There is no possible way that's going to add any sort of performance to this vehicle. But my thinking was that both filters are right on the top, over top of the exhaust manifold on each side, that maybe it'll introduce more warm air, which will make the vehicle slower, but it will make it more fuel efficient. To change all these gauges, you just go down, gauge setup, and then in here you just pick whatever you want. So for the air fuel, and we can change that to like whatever we want. There's a whole bunch of different things here. We can even leave it on throttle position, so that way it'll tell us, well, the throttle position. And then to change this main screen, all you do is just tap the button next to the corresponding one. So that's the fuel efficiency one, the air fuel ratio, the throttle position, and then the intake air temperature. So that's pretty much it. Now, as for the entire install for this thing, that absolutely sucked. The software is extremely glitchy. The pre-facelift versions don't have that option, but they advertise it on the website saying that 03 to 09, so that was kind of a dick move on their part. And then they even told me that, so they were completely aware of that. As for the fuse issue, because I could only get it turned on, I could only find constant power sources, there's absolutely no information about any of this on what fuse to tap into and everything. I found an old post on Pirate 4x4, and on that post, there was a guy in the exact same instance that I was, couldn't get it figured out. He did it. He went through every single fuse, and fuse 37 is the HVAC, and that is the only fuse that is activated by the ignition. So there's literally one fuse in the fuse box that actually works for this, and they didn't even take it into their consideration to add that to the manual. I don't know if I would actually recommend this product, considering the shady practices on their website, the fact that the software is extremely glitchy, the fact that this thing is extremely touchy, where if the HDMI cable is plugged in too much, the thing just keeps rebooting over and over because the build quality is so poor that it's probably pushing contacts together and it's shorting out or something. I don't know what was happening, but that was stupid. That wasted easily like a half hour of my life trying to figure that out. Nothing in the troubleshooting for the manual actually says whether or not to make sure that the cable isn't being plugged in too much. They just advertise features that you can't do, because there are custom maps that you can get for these. This one right here is not one. You can't get one for the 3rd gen Dodge Ram as long as you have a Hemi. Those options are only for the Cummins. I don't know. It's just, for the company to be designing this and making maps and everything to remap for the fueling and adjust for the tire size and everything, they have to know a fair amount about the vehicle to actually do this stuff. And if they can't even put in the consideration to tell you that there's literally one fuse that you can tap into, then it just strongly says that this company is extremely lazy, because they didn't want to add a tiny section into their manual to say that, so I've been looking for hours, wasting my life trying to figure this out, and I'm just all around completely displeased with this. Also, for some reason, I cannot figure this out, but it has a night mode, and even if I turn my lights on, nothing happens. So I have to hit this button to put it into night mode. So I don't know if it's supposed to switch, or if I have to hit this button every time to switch it from day to night mode, but I don't know. That's just another thing that I gotta do. And I mean, it would probably be really safe to assume that other brand tuners will probably do that out of the box, considering the price of these things. It's definitely a first world problem situation, but I mean, it didn't even do the original thing that I wanted it to do. When this really comes down to it, I paid $700 Canadian, plus the mount and everything. So I'm like well over $700 Canadian into this thing. Not to mention like 3 hours of my life gone, and all I have achieved right now is I put this stupid little screen right here that gives me a little bit more information about the vehicle when I'm driving. I can now run 87 octane instead of 89 octane, and I've adjusted for 37-inch tires. Woo. That was not worth the money at all. This is the stupidest thing I've ever bought in my life. But I mean, I already have it, so now I'm stuck with it. I don't know. Don't buy this. It is so stupid. Go find a different tuner that's more reputable and, you know, actually has documentation, all the information that you need for all this stuff, because this thing is stupid. I absolutely hate this thing. I don't know. Try and get this channel monetized, because I need to make my money back on this piece of garbage. So like subscribe, that'd be cool, or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not telling you what to do.